On July 4th, 2026, America will celebrate a historic milestone, its 250th anniversary since the signing of the Declaration of Independence. This anniversary marks a journey that began with a single piece of parchment and 56 bold signatures, forever changing the course of history. On that day in 1776, the American colonies declared their independence from Great Britain, setting the stage for the creation of a new nation. This anniversary is more than a celebration of the past. It's a time to reflect on the ideals that formed the United States: freedom, equality, and justice. But it's also an opportunity to look ahead. What kind of America do we want to build for the next 250 years? America's 250th anniversary is a call to action for every American to come together in celebration of our shared history and a commitment to the future. The beginning of the American Revolution. The story of America began with a revolution fueled by a desire for freedom and self-governance. The American colonies, long under British rule, were frustrated with policies that restricted their rights. In 1776, they took a bold step by signing the Declaration of Independence, declaring to the world that they were no longer subjects of the British Empire. The idea of a nation built on democracy and the consent of the governed was revolutionary. It wasn't just about breaking free from British rule. It was about redefining how nations were governed and laying the groundwork for the most successful experiment in democracy the world has ever known. The American Revolution was a defining moment, one that set in motion a series of events that would change the world. The birth of the United States wasn't inevitable. It was a hard-won victory, shaped by the bravery of ordinary men and women who believed in the power of freedom. The spirit of 1776. The year 1776 was pivotal. 13 colonies, stretching along the eastern seaboard, came together to declare their independence. What followed was a fierce conflict, the American Revolution. For over 8 years, the Continental Army fought against the British military, the most powerful force on the planet at the time. The year 1776 also saw the publication of Thomas Paine's Common Sense, which inspired countless colonists to rally behind the cause of independence. Paine's words articulated the frustrations of a generation and ignited a sense of urgency and passion that would fuel the revolution. The Declaration of Independence, written by Thomas Jefferson, declared that all men are created equal, with certain unalienable rights: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. These words have become the foundation of American values, resonating not only in the United States, but also around the world. The role of the Founding Fathers. While the revolution was a collective effort, the leadership of figures like George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, and Thomas Jefferson shaped the course of events. These Founding Fathers were more than just political leaders. They were visionaries who believed in the potential of a nation built on the principles of freedom and equality. George Washington's leadership as commander-in-chief of the Continental Army was essential. His ability to rally troops, endure hardships, and make strategic decisions helped turn the tide of the war. Washington's character and humility made him a symbol of American resilience. Thomas Jefferson's role in drafting the Declaration of Independence ensured that the ideals of liberty would be immortalized in America's founding document. His vision for an agrarian republic where citizens would govern themselves influenced America's early political landscape. The Founding Fathers' sacrifices and commitment to democratic principles are central to America's identity. The American Revolution's impact on the world. The American Revolution wasn't just a turning point for America, it had a profound impact on the world. By defeating the British Empire, America became the first nation to break free from colonial rule and establish a republic founded on democratic principles. This was a new model for governance, one that would inspire revolutions in France, Haiti, and Latin America. The success of the American Revolution proved that it was possible for a colony to break free from imperial rule and chart its own course. But its influence didn't stop at political revolution. The principles of liberty and equality embedded in the Declaration of Independence became rallying cries for social change, inspiring movements for the abolition of slavery, women's rights, and other civil rights causes throughout history. America's growth and challenges. After the Revolution, the United States faced the challenge of creating a new nation from scratch. The early years of the Republic were filled with obstacles: establishing a government, defining the role of federal and state powers, and ensuring the country's survival amidst external threats. The War of 1812 tested the nation's resilience, but it solidified America's independence. The Louisiana Purchase and the Lewis and Clark expedition marked pivotal moments in America's expansion. However, the country's growth also led to tensions over slavery, which ultimately led to the Civil War. These early struggles shaped the nation, and America's continued expansion across the continent raised questions about how to reconcile its ideals with the reality of slavery. The Civil War and the fight for freedom. The Civil War, 1861 to 1865, was a defining chapter in American history. It was a war not only for the preservation of the Union, but for the future of freedom in the United States. The issue of slavery had divided the nation, and it would take a bloody conflict to resolve it. Under Abraham Lincoln's leadership, the Union fought to preserve the nation and end the institution of slavery. Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation and the passage of the 13th Amendment ensured that slavery was abolished, but the struggle for racial equality was far from over. The Civil War tested America's commitment to freedom and equality. While the war ended in 1865, the fight for justice would continue for generations to come. America's role in the world. By the 20th century, America had emerged as a global power. The US played a pivotal role in both world wars, helping secure victories that would shape the future of the world. After World War II, America became a superpower, leading the charge to create international institutions like the United Nations and the World Bank. The Cold War between the United States and the Soviet Union defined much of the second half of the 20th century. America positioned itself as the leader of the free world, advocating for democracy and capitalism against the threat of communism. The fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989 symbolized the end of the Cold War and solidified America's position as the global leader, celebrating the legacy of America. As we approach America's 250th anniversary, we celebrate the achievements of this great nation. From landing on the moon to pioneering the internet, America has been at the forefront of global innovation. But America's story isn't just about political or technological accomplishments. It's about the people, the immigrants, activists, families, and dreamers who have shaped this country. America's strength lies in its diversity and the belief that anyone, regardless of their background, can contribute to the greater good. America's legacy is one of hope, a belief that freedom is worth fighting for, and that every person has the right to the pursuit of happiness. Looking forward to the future. America 250 isn't just a celebration of the past, it's about looking forward. As we mark 250 years since the signing of the Declaration of Independence, we have a responsibility to continue the work of the Founding Fathers. It's a call to action to build a future that is even better than the past. Through initiatives like America Gives, we are aiming to make 2026 the largest year of volunteerism in US history. This celebration is about more than just commemorating our history, it's about renewing our commitment to freedom, justice, and unity for the next 250 years. The future of America is full of promise. As we celebrate the 250th anniversary of the United States, we also embrace the opportunity to create a brighter future, one where the ideals of liberty, equality, and justice continue to guide us. As we reflect on 250 years of independence, we honor the sacrifices of those who came before us and celebrate the progress we've made. But the work is far from over. America's journey is ongoing, and it is up to each of us to ensure that the next 250 years are just as remarkable as the first. America's story is one of resilience, hope, and the pursuit of freedom. Together, let's make the future as bright as our past.